Hi and welcome. In this video I'm going to be going over getting started in Terrain Builder. This involves choosing the size of your map by setting up your map frame and getting your Layers.cfg. But before we start, I highly recommend downloading this program here, which is CDM Desired Overlap Calculator, made by Crash. So you can either get this from the link in description, or you can head over to my Discord page, which will also have a link to there. So we subscribe. Now, to get it to actually download, just open up your DayZ launcher for a second. There we go, updated, perfect. Now, go to File Explorer, C drive, Program Files, x86, Steam, Steam Apps, Common, and DayZ. Now, to get this file to show, if you go to the three dots, click Options, View, Show Hidden Folders and Files and Drives, Apply, OK. And there we go, now I've got the workshop folder. So if we go down here, find, where is that? The overlap calculator, and this here is what we need. You can either drag it to your desktop or do what you want with it. See, I've already got it, so I've just shown you for demonstration purposes. Perfect. Let's open that up, ready for when we need that. Perfect. Now, we open DayZ Tools. This is mounting our P drive, which I showed in the previous video. Okay, now before we open Terrain Builder, I recommend going to your P drive and creating a new folder. This is your map name. I've already got a folder with the same name, so I'm just doing one for this, just demonstrational purposes again. Perfect. Now, if we load Terrain Builder, and you'll see yours will look slightly different to this. You won't have some of these sections over here on the right hand side, but these can be acquired by changing the stuff in this Windows list here. But yeah, we'll come to that when we need it. Right, so we head over to Mapframe, add Mapframe, click OK. Perfect. First things first, set your map name again. And now you want to set your outroute folder location or the path to it. This is for the folder we just made. So you go to your P drive, ball hawk down 1, OK. Right, now create subfolders. There we go, brilliant. Now we head down to the bottom here, it says easting. This has to be 200,000, and the northing is 0. Next we head over to samples. This is where it gets complicated, and I don't pretend to be an expert in this. This is, yeah, basically there's if you want to read and learn more about this detailed, Tree and Pennyworth have both got their GitHub pages with lots more detail and lots more information. So head over to there if you want to learn a bit more about that, but I'm just going to show you how to get it working. So your grid size, I'm going to pick this, sorry I'm going to pick this one, and then your cell size, I'm going to choose 3. So if you had 10 cell size, for example, adjusting your terrain, it would only be able to adjust it at points every 10 meters apart. So it could be quite lumpy and bumpy, and whereas if your cell size is 3, the smaller it is, it will adjust it 3 meters apart, so you get a lot more fine tuning. And also, if you take your grid size, times it by your cell size, that gives you terrain size. And this is basically for your height map, but it's also the overall size of your map. Now, if you want to go down to satellite and mask, the next box down, let's change this to a 1, so it's 1 for 1 like. Now, here we've got pixel tiles and stuff for the sizes. This I'm going to leave on the 515, but basically what you want to do, the aim is with all these different figures, is you need to make sure the tiles in a row is a multiplier of 4. So if it was 9 or 11, it wouldn't be no good. You'd have problems. So changing this, you can see adjust it. It's 13, wouldn't be any good. You'd have to adjust it to get it to work. So now it's 16 and so on. So I'm going to go with this one here, 512 times 512. Now your desired overlap. This will help reduce stretching and stuff. So basically this is what I got you to download that program for. If we go down and open this up, there we put in our map sizes, which is our grid size, our cell size, our mass size, which is already correct, and we took this to 48 times 48, which is something I didn't say. My texture layer, I've set to 48 times 48 because I've always been told get as close to 40 as you can. So that's what I've done. Now it tells me here that desired overlap needs to be 39. So 39, always make sure to delete the 0 at the end. There we go, perfect. It's perfect. That's all set up. And basically this number here, your grid size, is broken down to 32 tiles, and each tile is broken down into 128 cells. So if you times your cell size by your tile size, it gives you your grid size. So that's done. Now if we go over to here, next you need a layers config. To do this, again, there'll be a link in description, or you can head over to my Discord page. And if you go to Discord, it's in configs, layer generation. This will take you to this website here. Just literally pick which ones you want. I just select all of them. There we go. Now this is our text been generated for us. Perfect. What I would do is we download this. Yeah, don't worry about this. If this comes up, just keep it. Perfect. Now we'll open this. I use Notepad++, but there's other files. But I do also have linked to Notepad++ in my Discord, and I'll stick it also in description. But in this folder, you want to head down to the very bottom to here, class legend. Basically, picture equals user map. That wants to be your map name. So again, we change that to ball hawk down 1. Perfect. Let's just double check that's correct. There we go. Now we go file, save as. Head back to your P drive, back into your folder and into your source folder, and then you save it in here. This wants to be Layers.cfg, and hit save. You can also download your MapLegends while you're here. So if you do it this way through Discord, right click, click save. If you do it this way, again, select your folder, source folder, MapLegends, and it needs to be a PNG save. Or you can also download it from a link in the descriptions off of my OneDrive. But right, now we've got them. We go back to here and we set the path to our legends, which we've just done. So we go back into our P drive, map name, your source folder, and there's your layers config. Open. Perfect. Just rebuild terrain. And there we go. You want to keep you can always come back and reference these later, but just keep a note of these figures because you'll need these for QGIS and other stuff later on. But perfect. And there we go. All I would say is now we'll go to File, Save Project As, find our folder, Source, Terrain Builder, map name again, hit save. Perfect. And that's that. Thank you for watching. If you get stuck, just comment, ask questions. I'll try and help you as best I can, but I'm still learning myself, but hopefully this will help you anyway. And hopefully you'll subscribe, hit the like button, and we'll see you again in the next video.